Good morning, Courtney. I hope that you had a good night's rest. I was just wondering if you left the house already.
Oh, good morning, Nate. I wasn't expecting you to message me this early. I actually just got on the subway, so yes, I have left the house.
Oh, really? You're super speedy, aren't you?
Yeah, my parents were staying at a hotel near the wedding venue. I think I left early because I only just came back for the first time after being in Singapore for 7 years. A few things have changed since I was last here, so I don't really know what's happening in the area. I think it was better to get up early and get going.
Oh, is that right? Well, I guess that makes sense since you haven't been back to the States for a long time. Good idea to have gotten up early.
If everything goes the way it was planned, I think we'll be able to arrive at the wedding venue about 30 minutes earlier than we were supposed to.
I see. Well, that's good to know. Then everything looks like it's good to go.
Yeah? What about you? What's going on with you?
Well, actually something has come up, but I don't want you to worry too much about it. As for me at the moment, I'm still traveling by car with my parents from their house. I also have to pick up my sister from the airport before we get on our way to the ceremony.
What do you mean? You have to go and pick up Nora from the airport? But I thought that she got into New York last night. That she was flying in last night?
So apparently there was some sort of mix-up, and she forgot to buy her plane ticket to New York, and the earliest flight here was for today.
What the heck? Well, that's really annoying of her. She should have been more organized than that. That's not good enough.
She got in contact with me last night about it. She told me that she was rushing to get a seat for a flight bound from New York, but the first flight wasn't going to be until this morning. Then somehow she was able to get a ticket for that flight, so we have to go and get her from the airport. But there's no need for you to worry about it. You'll be able to arrive at the ceremony in plenty of time, and everything will be right on schedule as we planned.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess it won't affect the schedule then. Everything should go according to plan. So with that happening, is there anything else we need to worry about? I hope not. I haven't been able to meet Nora yet since we got together. If you're going to come to the ceremony right after you pick her up from the airport, could you introduce me to her first thing this morning? Just so that we know each other and there isn't any awkward feelings.
Oh, I see what you mean. I mean, we could try doing that, but I'm really not sure about the timing of everything, you see. It should be fine to do little introductions. I don't think that it'll affect the schedule too much. I'll talk to my sister about it, and hopefully we can get something organized.
Yes, please. If you could do that, it would be greatly appreciated. I guess I will see you a little later at the wedding venue. Take care in getting to the airport and to here.
Of course, my sweet lady. You too, okay? See you a little later on.
Oh my god! It was you after all! I knew it. Your name is Courtney, right? I remember you. At the time, I didn't know what your name was, and I was skeptical when I saw a photo of you. But once I saw you in the flesh, I knew it was you! You really did a great job of things 5 years ago, didn't you? Pouring beer on you wasn't enough. I should have hit you as well!
What are you saying? You're the one who poured beer all over me. You're Nate's older sister, right? You're Nora?
Huh? What are you talking about? I guess there's really no point in blurting out what I want to say, is there? But I will anyway. Clearly it's been over 5 years since it happened, but I remember it like it was yesterday. This is about you! You're such a terrible person! I've hated you since the moment you took away the person who was kind to me when I had just moved away!
I'm totally confused by what you're saying. Why are you bringing up what happened over 5 years ago? I don't understand anything you're saying to me. I thought that today was supposed to be the first time I was meeting you, and that you were going to be my lovely sister-in-law.
Oh, cut the crap, Courtney! You know exactly what I'm talking about. You need to get back to reality. You need to get over here and face me. I mean, are you seriously kidding about marrying Nate? I don't know if this is some kind of sick joke or not when it comes to marrying my younger brother, but I can see right through you. I'll never forgive you for what you did to me. Don't think I'm going to be nice to you when you marry into my family. I intend to make your life a living hell from now on. Don't even think about messing with me. You've got no idea what I'm capable of.
Hey, Courtney. How are you doing? Is everything okay?
Hi, my sweet Nate. Yes, I'm okay. I was lucky enough to meet the wedding planner just now, and I'm allowed to go to the bride's waiting room to get ready. Thank you for taking care of me earlier. I was able to escape the chaos a bit, but,
But that beer was poured over your entire head. My own sister decided just to do that all of a sudden. I couldn't believe it. I think she probably bought a can from the liquor store when we stopped to get some food at a mall on the way to here. Why would she even do that to you when she's never met you before?
Right? I don't understand her actions at all. What should we do about her now? I don't want any more liquids poured all over me.
Right. Yeah, of course not. I don't want that happening to you either. I was chasing after you when you ran off from us, but I lost track of where you went. I was in a rush to look for you. I wanted to make sure you were okay. After a while, I caught up with you playing with your phone and I managed to find you. I left it up to my parents to deal with my sister, but they were looking for me as well. And now...
I see. But I really don't get how it came to this happening. Your sister seemed to have known my phone number and what I looked like. But you told me she didn't know anything about me, even my name. Is that right?
Huh? I'm confused. What are you saying? She did know you then?
Apparently I was someone that she had trouble with in the past, but I had no idea who she was at the time. She said she didn't know my name at the time and that she only found out about me when it finally clicked in her head what I looked like. Like, what does that even mean? I have absolutely no idea what I did to her. I hardly remember what I was doing 5 years ago. How can someone have a grudge for that amount of time? It's kind of strange.
I've got no idea, Courtney. I only told her your name at the beginning of the relationship. I never said much else about you. As for knowing what you looked like, I think it's because after we met up at the airport in the morning, I saw a photo of you on her phone. But I never told her your phone number or anything like that.
This is just a guess, but is it possible that she manipulated people into thinking I'm a bad person or something? And how did she get my number without getting permission first?
Maybe she could have done that. I don't know. When we stopped to get some food, my parents and I went to use the store's bathroom while my sister was shopping for some things. At the time, I left my phone in the car because I didn't think I needed it. But my sister got back to the car before I did. I think that was when she was able to look at my phone and get your contact details without asking me first.
That sounds about right to me. I don't think you would have given my number to her if you knew what she was going to say to me.
Wait a minute. So my sister did send you a message then?
Yes. She sent me multiple messages, actually. I was told what happened to her over 5 years ago, and I got confused as to what it had to do with me. She said that she had some sort of contact with me back then. I don't remember her at all. It was such a long time ago.
Well, just over the 5 years ago, she left our hometown. It was to go and start her new job at a company in Washington, D.C. It would almost be impossible for her and you to have met face to face during that time, right? She must have mistaken you for somebody else, surely.
That's my thinking, too. That can't possibly be right. I think she's completely misunderstood everything and gotten me confused with someone else. However, it doesn't mean that she should have done what she did to me. It was so wrong and she should have got her facts straight first. I'm so confused about the whole situation, so can you come and meet me so I can show you the messages that she sent me? Maybe there's something that you can get out of them rather than me trying to decipher them all day long.
Of course. I can do that. Okay. I will come over and meet you in the waiting room. I'm on my way now. Hey, Courtney. I've got some things to tell you. So, my sister's being watched over by my parents at their house for the time being.
Oh, really? Why is that? Did something else happen?
No, nothing else has happened. But I thought I should tell you what's going on. I somehow got a feeling that the reasons why she did what she did to you in the first place is because of some romance trouble that happened 5 years ago. Apparently it all went down at the place of her employment in D.C. To me, what she was saying was completely incoherent, and she was getting all jumpy, and wanted to have another go at you. So in the end, we had some disagreements during the conversation, and now she's locked herself in one of my parents' bedrooms.
Oh, wow. That sounds like a lot, Nate. Well, you did your best with the situation at hand. But I think I know what she might be talking about. The romance trouble that she had 5 years ago?
Oh, really? You know about that? Do you mind me asking what happened with that?
Well, I do have something to tell you about that. I'm just nervous to tell you, that's all. Was Nora's job in DC anything to do with selling miscellaneous goods through a company called DC Imports?
Oh, yes. She worked for a company with that name, yeah. However, she only worked there for about a year, then quit. She got another job at a company that does similar things.
Oh, okay. When it comes to the romance troubles she had, I think there were some male coworkers involved. Did any of their names come up by any chance?
Now that you mention it, yes. One name came up. Some guy named Jake, I think she said amongst the things she was rambling about.
Are you sure it was Jake? If it was, I think I might know what happened and why she's holding a grudge.
I don't understand. What happened to her that would make her get so angry at you?
This is just a guess, but I think I've connected all the dots in this whole mess together.
I still don't understand what you mean, Courtney. What are you talking about? What's going on?
I don't think I can talk about this over a message with you. There are some people that I need to speak with first that I have permission to talk about it with you. Can you come back here tonight so we can talk this out?
Well, if we aren't going to talk about it right now, then yes. I'll come over and talk to you about it in person. If that's what you want me to do, of course.
Well, then I guess I'll talk to the people that I need to get permission from, and I'll let you know before you come back here tonight.
Okay, then. This sounds like something really serious. It's kind of making me a little anxious to hear about all of it.
I'm really sorry for all the detours and being so quiet about it. I know it's frustrating for you right now. I think they'll give me permission to talk about it. I just needed to make sure everything is okay with them before I do. I haven't got much of a choice but to ask them how much I can reveal.
That's fine, Courtney. Do what you need to do, and I'll come over later. It's better to ask than not. See you later.
That's just great. The wedding ceremony. It went ahead, didn't it? It's done? You're making me feel like such an outcast when you're the one that's done me wrong. Why didn't you cancel the wedding ceremony? That would have been the better option. I warned Nate so many times about you, especially how much of a terrible woman you are.
Okay, Nora, you need to calm down and actually listen to what I have to say about this. You know, I was just thinking about contacting you to talk about what's going on.
What's the point in talking about what you stole from me? 5 years have passed and you're just walking around with a stick up your backside like you've done nothing wrong.
If you must know, up until last year, I was living and working in Singapore.
So? What's that got to do with anything? Don't you understand what you've done to me?
Due to my father's work, I spent about 10 years in Singapore. I started middle school life there, and I also just got a job that kept me in Singapore for a long time. At that job, I happened to have met Nate, who had come from a branch in the States. He was sent to Singapore to work. We got to know each other and then started dating. About a year ago, I decided to finish up my work in Singapore as I wanted to come back to the States. I returned to the States with Nate last year.
Wait a minute, what do you mean? Are you saying you've been in Singapore and not visited the States in 10 years?
As you can see, you've mistaken me for someone else that's done you wrong. And I know who you've gotten me mistaken for. My cousin actually looks very similar to me.
You've got to be kidding me right now. Are you for real? You weren't in the States at all? And are you saying that there is someone else out there that has the exact same facial features as you?
Well, if you look really close, you can see the difference. But if someone who isn't close to you looks at them and they look at the same time, people would think we're twins. I don't know how genes work in the family. I can't help that she also looks very similar to me. I heard the story that you told me the other day almost 5 years ago from my cousin. It just popped into my head last night. After thinking about it for a long while, I remembered that my cousin's husband and Nora worked at the same company 5 years ago.
Are you serious? Is this some sort of prank you're playing on me to get out of what you've done? If you didn't do it like you said, then it was your cousin who took Jake away from me.
I know for a fact that's definitely not true. My cousin didn't take anyone away from you.
What are you talking about? How can she not have taken Jake away from me? Isn't that exactly what we're talking about right now? What am I saying that's wrong?
Okay, there's no roundabout way in saying this, so I'm going to say this as clearly as possible so no one gets confused. It was a whole misunderstanding on your part that you thought that Jake had some sort of romantic feelings for you when in fact he didn't. You thought things developed into a relationship when they hadn't from his point of view.
What are you saying? He doesn't think that we were in a relationship? Are you seriously kidding me?
Well, you only see things from your point of view, so it wasn't obvious to you that he didn't feel anything more for you than just being a colleague. You said that Jake was dating you, but before you could confirm anything, he was engaged to another woman. You said that you were close with him. But honestly, it seems like nothing was established in terms of a relationship. I think that's how you saw the situation. So you got angry over that, and as a result, you started appearing near the building where Jake and my cousin lived. You were harassing my cousin, weren't you, Nora?
You're wrong. It wasn't harassment at all. Nothing comes from marrying a woman who's a man-eater. She's a complete predator who steals men from other women. I was just desperate to make Jake see what she was doing to him, brainwashing him into falling for her instead of me.
Well, it seems like you've made a huge mistake because she's not like that at all.
Oh yeah? Why do you think that, huh? You obviously don't know what she's capable of.
Listen to me. My cousin and Jake have known each other since high school, and they got together and then got married while they were students at university.
What? They really met that long ago? Pfft, surely not.
Well, let me put it for you in plain words. By the time they got jobs at DC Imports, they were already married. Then you started there 6 months later. Did you really think that you could steal Jake away from his wife? My cousin?
Are you serious? They were already married, but I never saw a ring on his finger. How was I to know that?
At their workplace, it's not safe to wear rings because they can get caught. Besides, it seems that the people around you were telling you over and over again that he was taken. You weren't calm about it all and didn't move from it. The blood went rushing to your head and you blocked everything people said because you were in denial. You repeatedly made one-sided approaches towards Jake that made him and my cousin uncomfortable. Then you started harassing my cousin so she'd go away. Finally, Jake couldn't take it anymore, so he got angry at you and you couldn't stand it. You got frightened, so you resigned on your own accord. Instead of telling your family what actually happened and what you did to my cousin, you promised them you'd never bother Jake and her ever again. You paid them in compensation for the harassment you dished out and settled the matter that way, at least for the time being. But now it's creeped back into your life because you saw me and it triggered you. So that's what happened.
That's not really how it went. I don't understand what you're talking about. So Jake was already married when we met each other, but he was being so kind to me. I didn't know.
It seems like the people that worked with you both also said that it was a whole big misunderstanding on mostly your part.
What are you saying? You think this is all my fault? Jake's the one who was giving me unclear signals.
I think that new employees who joined only 6 months apart from each other had a lot of time to interact and get each other's vibes. You would have known he wasn't interested. When you talked about going on a lunch date, it would be a lunch with multiple people where you'd all go out to a restaurant during the lunch break. Drinking dates after work would be the whole department going out together or going to some sort of banquet. You were the one who got their wires crossed the wrong way. When you said that you went on a trip with Jake, it was really just a business trip or a company trip to reward you all for your hard work. You weren't lovers, Nora. You were just co-workers.
That can't be true. I swear I thought he had some sort of feelings for me. He gave me such mixed signals sometimes.
Anyway, that's how I interpreted the situation. I had nothing to do with you or what you did 5 years ago. It was obviously a case of mistaken identity. But it doesn't mean what you did to me was called for. You're the one who made the mistakes. You're the one who poured their entire beer all down me and insulted me to the point that I ran off. It's all on you.
You've got to tell me this and you've got no choice. Where is Jake and his woman right now?
Just when I thought I wasn't going to hear from you again, you decide to message me for information. Do you seriously think I'd tell you where they were? Huh? Are you mad?
I believe that Jake is still in love with me. He needs to be with me and only me.
Are you kidding me right now? Don't you realize that he's happily married to my cousin? Are you crazy?
Well, I want to take him back. I want it to be like just how we used to be in the office. I want to make him happy and he'll make me happy too.
Oh, is that right? You really think that will happen? After all, you can't admit your mistakes and don't understand anything.
I haven't made any mistakes about this. I know it's true. He still loves me. If Jake and I were to meet up again right now, he'll instantly feel the passion that we once had for each other and he'll take me back. Did he come to the wedding you held? Was he one of the people amongst your relatives?
No, I didn't invite them. Because of the venue size, I had to adjust the guest list to only inviting my aunts and uncles.
But if I'm not mistaken, you have Jake's contact details, right? You must have his number, right? So I need you to hurry up and give it to me so I can tell him to come back to me so we can be in love and make a family together. If you don't give me his number, you know what'll happen, right?
Nope. I don't know what'll happen and I don't need to know because I don't want anything to do with you. You've gone completely crazy and I'm not giving out any numbers to you.
Excuse me, what? You can't just say something like that to me about my Jake.
He's not your Jake, Nora. How many times do we have to tell you this until you understand? No matter what you try and do, he'll always be with my cousin. He loves her, not you, and wants nothing to do with you. You're way out of his league for him anyways if he was single.
Excuse me? How dare you talk to me like that? You've got some nerve, Courtney. I can make your life a living hell since you've married my younger brother.
I'm ending this conversation. I don't want it going any further. Goodbye.
What? Excuse me, you can't just bail on this conversation. If you won't give me his number, how am I supposed to meet up with Jake? He can't just not be with me. What are you doing to me? You can't just leave me on red.
I can and I will. Don't even think about going near my cousin and her husband. Stay out of our lives.
But wait a minute, I need his information. Don't delete my messages. I don't know how I can get a hold of him, though. Come back.
I have no idea what kind of woman Nora is, but it came off as kinda crazy. My cousin and her husband currently live in Australia. Jake changed jobs so that he could work overseas, and he moved his parents to Australia as well. They plan on staying there forever. Nora keeps bugging me about getting Jake's information. By the time Nora got my address, Nate and I were already on a flight back to Singapore. I just returned there after completing my contract at the American branch as I had planned. Nora was completely exhausted after losing her hold on getting Jake back. Taking advantage of the situation, Nora's parents offered her up to a very distant relative. She was to be a wife and caregiver to a man in his 50s that had a few quirks. My in-laws also plan to move to Singapore permanently in the near future. I don't think anyone in our family will see Nora again. I won't see her again for the rest of my life. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Hi, Phoebe. I was wondering if you have a minute to talk? It's about your wedding tomorrow.
Oh, Tina. Hello. Are you already on your way here? You did tell me earlier that you'd arrived the day before, as it felt like traveling from Laguna Beach to San Francisco with how long it takes, right?
Yeah, well, about that.
You know, I really can't wait for tomorrow to celebrate my special day with my closest friend. I'm really looking forward to it, Tina.
Oh, Phoebe, I'm really sorry.
Huh? What are you sorry for?
I can't go to your wedding tomorrow, Phoebe. I'm really sorry. I'll make it up to you.
What? Why can't you come?
Early this morning, my mom passed away.
What? Your mom died?
She was hospitalized a little while ago, but her condition got worse really quickly, and then early this morning, she passed away. So everything has been organized for her wake to be tomorrow, and for her funeral to be the day after that.
You've got to be pulling my leg, Tina. Well, how about that, huh?
What do you mean?
The timing is just all too convenient with your so-called mother's funeral happening on the exact day as my celebration.
I don't know what you mean, Phoebe.
Now that you say that, it seems like this has been your plan all along, so you don't have to go. Just like that time when I said, let's go to the Golden Gate Bridge. You refused and said you had a tutoring session.
No. I just couldn't skip the session and let my tutor down.
And when I asked you to come to that mixer with me, you refused and said that you were with your boyfriend.
Well, usually if you have a boyfriend, you tend to not go to mixers.
And of course, to put the cherry on top, I invite you to study at the same college as me, which you refused once again, and went to a trade school far away from where I was studying.
Hey, that trade school is well known for having good teachers, so that's why I chose to go there.
Don't hate me. These are all just your excuses for not giving a crap about your best friend.
What excuses are you on about, Phoebe? I don't have any.
Well, this time sure feels like the other times you've made up excuses to get out of stuff with me. It's obviously such a bother for you to travel from Laguna to San Francisco. So you just say your mother died so that you don't have to go. Why must you lie to me to get out of my wedding?
I'm not lying to you. Phoebe, don't you realize how horrible you're being right now? I'm the only child from a single-parent household. She was the only family I had. How dare you say such things to me when my mother literally just passed away?
If I have to cancel last minute on my wedding, I'm cutting you out of my life.
What? You're not making any sense. Don't blame me if you want to cancel your own wedding.
This is going to be a really dark part of my life if my best friend is being completely unreasonable before my big day. If you don't like that, then you need to come to my wedding tomorrow or else.
Phoebe,
What? You can't say anything more than one-word answers?
Right. Okay. I guess this situation can't be helped.
Well, I'm just going to leave the conversation at that for now, bestie. I'm looking forward to meeting up tomorrow for my special day. Now what the heck is going on? Tina, you said that you were going to come today. If you didn't come, I said I was cutting you out of my life. But if it ain't that, are you running late? If you are, I'll forgive you. It's normal to leave a message that you are, though. So where are you right now?
I'm at my mother's house in San Diego.
What? San Diego? But if you catch a plane from there to San Francisco, then you should be able to attend my wedding, right?
Phoebe, I've told you this already. My mother's wake is today, and her funeral is tomorrow.
Wow, even the funeral is not real. You're still lying to me. Normally wakes happen at night. So before that, you can attend my wedding, and then you can go back to your mom's house.
Phoebe, I'm the one in mourning here. It might be hard for you to understand until you've experienced it for yourself, but funerals are a hectic and emotional time. To be honest, I can't go out just for a few hours and then come back to the wait. It wouldn't feel right.
Well, your mom's funeral is all a big fat lie so that you don't have to travel here. If you're in San Diego now, hurry up, get on a plane, and come to my ceremony. It's so not cool to have my own best friend's seat empty at my wedding.
Why would I lie about my own mother's funeral? It's real. Can you please just let me give a good send-off to my mother from this life?
It's totally unreasonable that my own friend would rather lie than not come and celebrate her best friend's wedding.
Well, my mother's funeral is my #1 priority at the moment. And on that note, I need to go.
Fine. It doesn't even matter. If you're going to be so unreasonable, then I understand perfectly. I will tell all my friends who are here today all about what you said, even if it's at the cost of losing all my friends and becoming a loner. I would rather have that than a best friend who's always refuses my requests.
Good evening, Tina. How's it going? Do you have time to talk? It's about the wedding yesterday.
Oh, hey. What about it? Wait, is this you, Grant?
Yeah. Before I mentioned the wedding, I heard that your mom had passed away. Guess the funeral has already taken place. I'm sorry for your loss, and I wanted to send my sincere condolences.
Oh, yes. The funeral's over. Thank you for your kind words, Grant. I appreciate it. It's been a while since we last caught up, right? About 5 years ago at our middle school reunion?
Yeah, around about then. It's a shame I couldn't meet you this time, though, at the wedding.
What do you mean? Wedding? Are you talking about Phoebe's wedding?
Yeah, Phoebe's partner is actually me.
Whoa! For real?
I wasn't sure if you knew because the last name on the invitation was different. Because of a difficult family situation, I was adopted by a member of my mother's family, and so I took their last name.
Oh, I see. That's why I didn't make the connection.
Yeah, anyways, I'm here to report on the real issue at hand.
Report? What's going on?
Phoebe and I want to get a divorce from her.
Oh, right. Wait, what?
Originally, it was Phoebe who had invited you and should have told me about what's been going on with you. It seems like you've told her a lot about your mother and what happened to her. So I've taken over as the person to keep in contact with you since she doesn't believe you.
Oh, right, I see. But tell me again why you're filing for a divorce? It hasn't been that long since you've registered your marriage, right?
Well, yeah, that's true. It hasn't been that long. The whole thing with Phoebe saying that you were lying about your mother's funeral and that would in turn cancel the wedding last minute just didn't sit right with me.
Oh, right, that whole mess. No matter how much I tried to tell her that this is real, she just wouldn't believe me. So, she was going to tell all the friends that were attending how crazy and unreasonable I am.
Yeah, basically. Why I wanted to get a divorce is because of all the turmoil from this, you see.
Oh, so it's not that great on your end either, huh?
After the wedding ceremony, Phoebe's mother told me that she heard from a guest that her mother's funeral was in fact real. That guest said that, but Phoebe had decided it was a lie in her eyes. Phoebe, who should have been sad and heartbroken for your loss, was in fact insulted that you wouldn't be able to attend. So she prioritized herself and her special day before you. And that's when I started to get really angry with her in front of the guests. From that point, my own parents, relatives, and other guests were like, what the heck's going on? After listening to her, I came to the conclusion that this was a terrible thing for a person to do to their best friend. In the end, the wedding was canceled, and I've decided to file for a divorce and discuss those sorts of things with her.
That's such a shame that a special day like that could end the way it did. I'm really sorry for all the trouble that this has caused.
It's alright, Tina. I didn't want any apologies from you. And I really didn't want to say too much about what was going to happen. Until I talked to Phoebe. It was inevitably going to happen sooner or later. And it was the time to talk about it with you. Instead, it's good to know in the early stages what Phoebe's true character is really like. I don't blame you for the lead up to our divorce, so please don't worry about all this.
Oh, okay then. Thank you, Grant.
Yeah, Phoebe might start complaining to you about all this though, so just giving you a heads up.
Okay, got it. Be careful with all the things you have to do. Thank you for your kindness throughout this ordeal. Good luck.
Tina, are you there? Grant just filed a divorce from me. What are you going to do about it since you're the one responsible for this whole mess? Since, coincidentally, your mother died around the same time as my wedding and you couldn't make it. Tina, you're supposed to put your best friend first, but no, you couldn't even do that. Why do I have to get divorce papers thrown at me? Tina, don't ignore me. This is all your fault.
Are you not aware of why Grant is divorcing you? Do you not realize what you said about me?
What do you even mean? Why are you saying that I'm the bad guy here? You're the one who messed up. Do you really think you're the victim in all this?
Of course you don't even try to understand what you said was wrong. Phoebe, you really need to learn that not everyone has the same point of view as you, and to respect others when things happen. What if you knew someone close to you had passed away? Would you want to go to a wedding that was being held at the same time as the funeral?
I don't know, Tina. Would you quit preaching to me about things that haven't even happened? Anyways, hurry up and get outside. Can't you hear the ding-dong noise of your bell?
Huh? What are you talking about?
Since I got divorced, my parents have cut me off, so I can't go back to my family's house. I need to live somewhere, and since you're the one that caused the divorce in the first place, I thought maybe I could come here and live with you. You have to make it up to me.
But...
Hurry up and open the door! It's a bit chilly down here in San Diego, so let me in!
Look, Phoebe, I've already gone back to Laguna, to where my company's dormitory is.
You don't live in San Diego anymore?
Phoebe, you know that I went to trade school in Laguna. I found a job there as well. The house that my mother and I lived in was a rental. I canceled the lease when my mother passed away. So that house is up for rent right now. It's completely empty.
What? Then where the heck am I supposed to go if you're not here?
No matter what you say, it's not going to change the fact that I don't want to help you. You cut me off, remember? I think it would be weird if we were to live together, just so I can make it up to you. I don't need to do that.
Because it was all your fault that this has happened.
Either way, I live in my company's dormitory. I can't room with someone who isn't involved with the company. Phoebe. Plus, with your lavish lifestyle, it wouldn't work at all.
Well, you need to do something to change that.
If I'm saying it doesn't work, Phoebe.
Tina! You can't do this to me!
You don't even realize what you've done, Phoebe.
I can't live down here. Help me out, please.
You cut me off, Phoebe. There's not much I can do for you, and I don't want to anyways.
Wait, no! You can't just abandon your best friend. Please, don't leave me. I need you.
Goodbye, and good luck, Phoebe. I don't want to hear from you again. It seems I have very good friends and acquaintances other than Phoebe. Many of them have expressed their condolences to the loss of my mom. I want to cherish my friendships with them as much as I can. Also, when it comes to Phoebe, she owed a significant amount of money, as she was held responsible for canceling the wedding and Grant divorcing her for what she said to me. It seems that she tried to move into my house because she wanted to save money by not having to pay rent. Her plan ended up backfiring on her and had no choice but to move to Los Angeles. It seems like she somehow finally found a live-in job. Because of her personality, she seemed to find it quite glamorous on the first day. It was immediately confirmed that none of the other staff liked her, so she was on her own. She would be eating her lunch by herself in a toilet stall. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to see more content like this.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.